Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 944. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, everyone.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's up?
What do we got, bro?
Well, we had Star Wars Rebels last night,
Yeah. Okay.
and it was the third to last episode, the episode before the season finale.
Okay.
And this episode was called, spoilers, by the way, so if anybody doesn't want to hear what we're about to talk about, stop watching now. Go watch this episode for yourself. I can at least recommend it for that. Scott's giving you the countdown. Okay, so if you're still here, we're going into spoilers. This episode was called Twin Suns. And this was the episode that the entire season was basically building up to. Maul has made it to Tatooine, and he's looking for Ben Kenobi.
Okay, this was the promo I saw for Nerdist News or whatever.
Okay, Scott, keep that in mind, okay? So, the episode starts out with Ezra waking up. The holocron is active, the Jedi holocron, and it is the message that Obi-Wan sent in episode 3, warning all the Jedi to stay away from the temple, that the order has been overthrown. You know, don't come back to the temple or basically you'll be attacked by stormtroopers and most likely killed or captured and wounded, whatever. So basically Ezra tells everybody, Kanan, he tells Kanan, Hera, Zeb, all of them, we got to go to Tatooine because I believe Obi-Wan is on Tatooine. And I think Maul's going there to try and kill him. And they're all like, nah, bro, we're not going. And Kanan's like, listen, Bail Organa confirmed that Obi-Wan Kenobi is dead. So we're not going because he's not there. He's dead. You're barking up the wrong tree. Maul is trying to lure you out there. He wants to turn you to the dark side. We're not going. So, of course, Ezra goes by himself. Or so he thinks. Chopper was with him, which is their droid. He's like the Obi-Wan of the R2-D2 of the show.
Right.
So Ezra gets to Tatooine. His ship gets destroyed by a couple of Tusken Raiders. He gets knocked out, wakes up next to a fire. He looks over, and he's like, oh, no, I'm sorry. He goes out into the desert, and he gets, overrun or overwhelmed by a sandstorm. Chopper deactivates because of all the sand. And he wakes up next to a fire, and he looks over, and there's a hooded figure feeding this fire. And it's Obi-Wan. And it's like, oh shit, Obi-Wan. So he's all like, listen, you're not supposed to be here. Ezra's like, but the holocrons told me that you are the key to destroying the Sith. And he's like, that's the first I've ever heard of it. And I think they're wrong. I think you jumped to conclusions.
Right.
And you saw what you wanted to see. So
Right.
he's like, oh, but Maul's coming. And Obi-Wan's like, yeah, I know. Don't worry about it.
Oh, he knows.
So he's like, but Maul. He's like, yeah, I know. Chill. It's going to be okay.
Sorry.
So then,
I got this, man.
yeah.
I got this. I'm Obi-Wan.
So little did we know that he was actually being serious. So Maul shows up and he's like, oh, hello, Ezra, my soon-to-be apprentice. And Obi-Wan's like, what's up? And Maul's like, I'm here to kill you. And he's like, cool story, bro. So Ezra's like, I got to help you, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's like, kid, go. You got to go. Just go. It's going to be okay. It's all going to work out in the end. Just go.
Oh, so he was there when they were there.
Yes.
So that's what, because it didn't make any sense from what I saw.
It doesn't make sense, and I'll explain why later.
Okay.
So Ezra leaves. Obi-Wan tells him to leave, and he's like, all right, I'm going. Him and Chopper leave. And Obi-Wan's like, listen, Maul, we don't have to do this. And Maul's like, oh, no, bro, we're going to fight. We're fighting. I'm here to kill you. Or maybe I should just leave you here because you're pathetic, you're an old man.
Right,
He's like, well, why are you here? You must have a purpose. Are you protecting something? And Obi-Wan's like, meh. And he goes, oh. Maul goes, oh, you're not protecting something. You're protecting someone. And at that point, Obi-Wan's like, all right, now you have to die. So, so their lightsabers are ignited. And, we're all like, here we go. Maul jumps at him. / Maul's dead. 3 seconds.
It's sort of like Kill Bill 2.
Yeah.
Which is like, buh, 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 and then the heart's supposed to stop in 5 seconds if you do that weird maneuver. So I saw it, and I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, how do you explain that? Like, this guy's, right? You were telling me.
So this is what, and for anybody thinking that, oh, this isn't canon, yes, it is. Rebels is canon.
Mm-hmm.
1.
Bye,
Two,
Bye.
2, if anyone's like, well, Maul could still be alive, no. They confirmed he is dead. He's done. This is the end of the character's story. Anything we see from here,
Jawa meat.
Yeah, anything we see from here is either going to be in the past or not canon, as far as we know.
Right.
The official, I guess, the most accepted theory as to why this has happened, why this went this way, I guess they're saying, from what I've heard, they're saying that Obi-Wan has moved past the point where he has to duel. He's just become that strong.
Except when he fights Darth Vader.
Now, this show takes place like a year or 2 out from A New Hope.
That doesn't make sense.
So I call BS on that. I'm very disappointed with this episode. And I know that's an unpopular opinion. I have nothing against people.
I mean, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
I have nothing against anybody who liked the episode. I know a lot of people liked it. I think that's great. But there's also a lot of people out there that I've seen that are very disappointed. I would not have been disappointed if they didn't build this up since before this series or before this season began. This was supposed to be the highlight of the season along with Thrawn.
Well, can I just throw something in there for a second?
Yeah.
Being that I'm from the outside looking in, and I only see certain things when you tell me about it. I'll look at a clip or something, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm not really into it. From what I understand, what you're telling me, they built up that they're going to fight for like years, like building up. Oh my God, they're coming. They're getting closer. And then it's over in 5 seconds.
It was before. It was in the trailer for this season. It was like the big thing.
The problem with that is you're telling me that he took out like a couple of Jedi at once, Maul, but then he fights Obi-Wan and gets his ass killed in like seconds.
He fought. What was it? 2 or 3 Inquisitors at the same time.
Right.
Who are obviously not as strong as Kenobi,
right.
But the fact that he was able to take on 3 at the same time, who were all trained.
Mm-hmm.
Means that he's not weak. Okay.
Right. Well, let me ask you a question now. This is something I didn't think about. Could it be the fact that Alderaan died, the planet was destroyed, that made him weak?
Sorry, go ahead.
When the Death Star destroyed Alderaan.
Yeah.
And like, you know, like I was like, oh, what's the matter? I just felt great. Could that have made him weak?
No.
It's just a momentary thing.
From what
he was just sensing something was dying. It wasn't really affecting.
Because I know when we seen Rogue One and we're seeing Darth Vader do that shit, you're like, oh, he was easy on his kid. That explains that shit. It's a whole new light you're looking at Empire because you're like, oh wow, he did love Luke and he didn't want to kill him and he was just like playing with him. With him. Because I mean, so now you're gonna say that Obi-Wan's like that too? That he knows he has to die, so he just is like playing stupid, like, oh, I'm old, I can't fight. And then it's like, you know, and then he just goes into the Force because he's seen the future already, he's seen that Luke does all that stuff, or no?
I don't know. Because in that fight, Vader was using a ability called Dune Mach, which the idea is that you taunt and you implant these ideas in your opponent's head that they're not as good as you. It's a dark side ability.
Oh, is that what happened? That's how they explained why he wasn't really...
Well, no, because it doesn't work on a Force user like Obi-Wan.
Okay.
Because he's too strong. It doesn't work on certain Force users because if you're strong enough, you can resist it. He tried, and that's why in the fight he says, your powers are weak, old man.
Right.
Okay. But knowing that, Vader probably wouldn't have tried to use Dune Mach on Obi-Wan because he knows it's not going to work. I personally believe that he was trying to use it, but he realized it wasn't working. But he was taunting
going
Obi-Wan.
easy on Obi-Wan too, though.
He was, yes.
Because he really didn't want to kill him.
So what I don't understand here is, I guess what they're trying to say is that Maul became so weak to the point where he just couldn't fight Obi-Wan. But
you saw his legs wobbling though before he fought him.
I
mean, his legs look like before he fought him. He looked like he was old. Darth Maul, I'm talking.
Well, Maul has gotten older. I mean, this is years later. But his
legs look like he was wobbly a little bit, like walking.
Who knows? He was wandering through the desert for a while, but to me, I don't think that's. I don't think that should have affected him as much as it did, if that's at all it. I was very disappointed with this fight. Had they not built it up so much, I would have been like, okay. The one thing I did like about it too was Maul tried to use the same maneuver on Kenobi that he killed Qui-Gon with, and that is where Obi-Wan caught him and killed him. However, what happens afterwards is that Maul dies in Obi-Wan's arms.
Right.
And Obi-Wan was like cradling him there.
Which is
personally,
weird.
I call foul on that too, because it's like, this is the guy that killed his master in front of him.
Yeah, I would have dropped him his head.
That just doesn't sound right.
I said it would have been better if Obi-Wan had slashed him or stabbed him, and he was looking like in his eyes, like, you had, like, you could have let this go.
Well, be honest. We expected, even though I watched the show, when I'm hearing everything you're telling me about it, you would expect them to fight the whole entire friggin' episode.
No, I wasn't, and I want to make that clear, because I think a lot of people are gonna think that I was expecting Luke and Vader from episode 5 or 6. I was expecting a very slow, very clumsy kind of duel.
But not like seconds, maybe
yes. And what I mean by that is, Obi-Wan's older, Maul's older. Maybe, I'm not expecting flips or force things flying everywhere and huge torrents of force lightning or something. I was expecting a very strategic but slow duel that was maybe 2 minutes at the most. And then Maul would be killed, and that would be it.
Well, 2 minutes would even be short. 2
minutes would be fine because the show is only a half hour.
5 minutes at least or something.
No, that's too much. After when you trust me, the Kanan and Ezra fight with Vader that they did in Siege of Lothal, which I consider to be one of Vader's best moments, was not that long. It was very slow because Vader was toying with them because they were nowhere near his level, and they are nowhere near his level.
Right.
This one I thought was going to be, like I said, a bit slower paced. They weren't going to be going crazy, and then it would end with Maul dying. But like you said, 3 slashes to me, that's a little ridiculous.
Well, that was pretty funny because it's like, yeah, man, yeah, Obi-Wan. That's the Obi-Wan we know. It's like,
and
yeah,
I think that's what they were. I think that's what they were going for. And to be honest with you, it would have made more sense if it was an Inquisitor that did that, like an Inquisitor.
Because it's kind of a wasted thing to bring him back to life in the first place.
Yes.
Only to get himself killed again.
Yes.
It's not like Obi-Wan. It's like a joke. It's like, in other words, you think this guy's great, but to Obi-Wan, he's really shit. I mean,
and you want to know what really kind of like compounds this as a disappointing moment. You don't see the wound that Maul dies from. You see his lightsaber gets cut in half because he had a double-sided lightsaber like he used to have, except the hilt was a bit different. The lightsaber cuts in half, and then Maul's like sitting there, and then he goes, oh, and then he drops the sabers.
Right.
And I was like, can we see the wound?
Well, but it's an animate. I mean, you can't really.
Yeah, but there's no blood.
Yeah.
But you can't really, like, did they show that yet?
They showed the Grand Inquisitor fall into a pit of fire.
Yeah, but they're not going to show blood. It's like, well,
there's no blood, though. It's a lightsaber wound.
Okay.
It cauterizes.
Yeah. That's why Luke's hand didn't bleed.
Right. And by the way, at the end of the episode, which this was good. This was probably the best part of the episode. You see Obi-Wan going through the desert on one of these things that carries people on Tatooine through the desert. think it's called a dewback or something like that. And he goes to the moisture farm, and you hear you hear Luke's aunt call Luke's name, and they use the sound bite from episode 4 where she calls his name, and then you see Luke run back to the house.
Wow.
And then the episode ends. That was cool.
Did they do that with Maul to show, like, once and for all, yeah, he's nowhere near a Darth Vader level?
Yeah.
So they had to do that because, like, oh, he sucks compared to Darth Vader. Because everybody's like, Darth Vader could take, Darth Maul could beat up Darth Vader, Darth Maul could kill Darth Vader, and now they just showed, an old man just killed him.
I heard a rumor that originally they had plans for Vader to kill Maul.
But I could see, listen, I know it's not liked, but I could see why they did it, though, because they wanted to basically say, look, Obi-Wan had trouble when he was young, but now he's so good that Darth Maul was never in any kind of caliber of Darth Vader. Even though he killed all these other people or whatever, he wasn't. And it would be no contest. So I could see why they did that. It was
now it wouldn't be a contest.
The person that did that wrote that is a big Darth Vader fan. And
Dave Filoni, who he's the showrunner. I believe
he's probably a huge
he
Darth
wrote
Vader
this show.
fan.
Yeah, he is. And here's my thing, though. I would say that, but Vader had trouble fighting Ahsoka.
Which I don't know.
So are you telling me that Ahsoka at this point is more powerful than Maul? Because I don't think that's true. But they're making it seem that way. I also find it kind of funny that Dave Filoni made the Ahsoka character, and he's, putting her against Vader, and Vader's having trouble fighting her. That makes me shake my head a little bit. Like, I wonder if.
Yeah, but didn't he create that character, Ahsoka?
He did, yeah.
So of course he's gonna have Ahsoka kick Darth Vader's ass.
Yeah. So I do also want to point out that there was an old canon. It's not really canon. I don't think it ever was, but there was a story where this exact thing happens, where Maul finds Obi-Wan on Tatooine, and they have an actual lightsaber duel that is actually pretty good. And Maul dies at the end.
Okay.
I highly recommend reading that, because in my opinion, it was better than this episode. But I mean, as much as I can complain about it, this is the canon story. This is how Maul dies. He's dead. He's probably not coming back.
Why would he come back again? That's like stupid.
He can't come back again. So that's basically it. I mean,
I'm just looking at the thing right now. So Star Wars Rebels producer breaks down the latest episode.
Yeah. Because there are a lot of people that are
pissed, probably
upset about it, and I think they knew. I think they knew about it. However, I gotta say, I think it could have been just a little bit better.
Yeah, that sucks, man. I'm sorry. It really sucks that they fucked that up. It's like, I hate it when we get let down with shit. It really, it's a freaking blow. All right. Not to change this. What else do we have? Any other news? I know Kong is. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, that's it. Yeah,
Kong is 173 million worldwide.
Yeah.
As of Friday.
Right.
So tomorrow we'll find out. It'll probably be over 200 or 250, depending if we get the foreign numbers.
Yeah, it's to open in China and stuff.
Yeah, 25th.
Next week.
Yeah,
I checked my little website, and there was nothing really worth even going to see this.
It's still not where it needs to be, the movie.
No.
Still. Now, again, stuff happened this weekend. Sharon was very sick, so I'll probably see it during the week. But yeah, it's just I don't know a word like you. I mean, it's only at 88 million domestically. So, I mean, we'll get 100 out of it, maybe, right?
I think maybe a little over if
125.
If we're lucky.
I think we said the most, right?
Yeah.
But I it's coming to that scenario. It at least gets 125 million, and then it gets the foreign numbers, which would be 380 or 4. I mean, maybe we'll get that. You know,
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast. They're saying, oh my God, what's that going to be on Sunday? I mean, they're saying $1 billion in a month, less than a month.
What?
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah, that's not
it
even
could
that's
really.
not even a joke. I mean, it may
Okay.
be like 3 weeks or 2 weeks. The Thursday numbers, which is crap, were like 13 million. And I think Friday was 68 million on one
Yeah.
day. One day. I think it broke all records, right? I mean, it's oh God, don't put anything against it. It's like, wow. Power Rangers are gonna get bitch slapped probably.
Oh, jeez. Power Rangers is probably gonna be number 4 or 5.
Yo, delay your shit now, man. Everybody bail the F out because this thing is gonna be this movie's gonna hurt people. That was like the funny story when Avengers came out and people weren't expecting that. And they all remember, Chris, we were talking about? They were getting scared and they're like, oh my God. There was like 4 or 5 movies that took off. Remember that?
Mhm.
They delayed them and it was like, wow. They were running. It was like, wow, they were just pulling them out right before. But nobody's pulling out though. Everybody's trying to go chicken with Bell and stuff. It's like, are you crazy?
They should have known, even if the movie was terrible, it was going
God.
to do a lot of money.
Even Kong, that ape is getting in trouble. It's like,
They should have moved it.
damn.
I'm telling you, they should have
It was
delayed it.
true. They should have. They should have. It got its ass kicked. It sucks, man. But you know what? Again, if anybody learns anything, it's all about movie placement. And we say it all the time, and people are like, shut up, Joe. Shut up, Chris. Stupid shit. Like that. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. No, we do. Yeah. Sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
We do. We've seen it happen enough times.
There's a reason why they re-release movies sometimes.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do good in their original time, but why do they always succeed when they put them out the second time?
And sometimes they do just to make a couple $1 million.
Yeah.
So I feel bad, man, with Kong, but
And that's probably what they'll do is they'll really re-release Kong maybe sometime down the line. And
No, I don't think so.
no, not this. They won't do it.
The only thing that's going to save it now is if it does really well overseas.
China will save it. I mean, it's a Pacific Rim situation.
Absolutely.
We said it. The most we thought it was going to make was 125, right? Domestically?
Something like that. I don't even remember what I said
mean,
exactly.
We factor in Saturday. We factor in Sunday. What did I say? 173, 181, and then you got the week. It may not even make 125. It's not, and you know what the crazy thing is? Rogue One is like 11th or 12th. I mean, it went down, but then went back up. It's weird. So it's still making a little bit. Rogue One. And it's like, wow, go you, That's crazy. All right, other stuff. Wasn't there another article about Ridley Scott again?
Was there?
Yeah, I think he, or is it a rehash of what we've seen? Let me give it to you. Because we need to talk about it. Oh, Chuck Berry died at 90, though.
Yeah.
Supposed to report
yeah,
that.
my sister goes, "Come on."
What is going on, man? What is going
I don't know. They're
losing, like,
and that whole
everybody.
road acting thing's turned out to be a total.
Well,
fake.
see, you know what it is? I would have talked to you right away about that, but then I forgot to talk to you a couple of times about that was fake. Just like somebody posted about Clint Eastwood was fake.
That I never even
Because
saw.
if you go to Google and you type in the person's name, the first thing's going to come up is that they're dead. If they're dead.
That's.
So if it's
I
not,
started thinking there was something wrong because when I was doing that, I couldn't.
They would have had that on all the Doctor Who sites because of Curse of the Fatal Death. Yeah. He was a doctor. They would have put that everywhere right away. So
I started thinking it was kind of funny because on my Facebook it said like this.
Yeah, don't, because you know what it is? They'll hack into your Facebook. Yeah, don't. My friends
Yeah.
this past weekend did something and they got their thing hacked, and then all of a sudden I got a friend request from the same person, and I'm like, no, I've been around the block too many times. And then I contacted, when sure enough, yeah, that was a fake thing. Like your friends with image and everything, and it was hacked also. But no, don't click on like or anything. Because even if you like, you could infect your computer. You don't know what it is. Is that the same article, Chris?
Yeah, it was just basically explaining. Yeah, it was just basically explaining that it's going to go Covenant, Awakening. I'm sorry, Prometheus, Awakening, and then Covenant.
Yeah.
Something that we didn't already know.
We did something the other night. We talked about it. I think it was last night about Coming to America too?
Yeah.
I just want to go more detail about this, and I have to say, the way I feel about all this, what's on my mind when I think of this, and I hope I don't offend people, and hope people don't take it the wrong way, but I'll bring up some examples of what I'm thinking. When Jim Carrey was popular, and they threw him money, like, please give us The Mask 2, please give us Ace Ventura 3, please, any sequel you want. And he's like, no, I'm an actor, and I don't like sequels. And then he's like doing serious stuff, and then he's doing whatever. And then at some point in time, his career started to skyrocket down. And he needs movies. He needs to make money, right? Or else things are going to, whatever lifestyle you're going to change, right? So now all of a sudden, you do Dumb and Dumber 2. That you wouldn't do for 20 years. Now you want to do The Mask 2. Well, they don't want you now. It's like you're going to do Ace Ventura 3. It's not going to work. Like you're like 60 or 50.
People's sense of humor has changed since the first one.
No, but it's not that. It's like that. You do it. You ride the wave. When you're popular, here, sir. Here's money for Mask 2. Absolutely. May I have another? Because that's it. But you don't keep saying no. So now, you know what? I could be wrong, but you know what? Eddie Murphy. They were supposed to do Beverly Hills Cop, the TV show, and we covered this on. No. It didn't tank.
I'm just saying, yeah.
No. Let me finish. We covered this on the Everything Show, all right? And the plan was they filmed the whole thing. He dies in his son's arms. His son was played by the guy from Tropic Thunder, I think, or something like that, young, whatever. And the kid was going to be Beverly Hills Cop, the son, whatever, in the series. And after he filmed it, supposedly the rumor is he was like, oh, this means I can't do any movies with Beverly Hills Cop because I'm dead. But there's a demand for it. All these people love this. So all of a sudden phone calls were made. I don't know what happened. That was not allowed to be seen. Period. Shelved indefinitely. He's going to make a Beverly Hills Cop rated R. Right? Now it's like he's older. And he's like, oh, well, they're not ready for me for Shrek yet. So you know what? What could I make of my stuff and Coming to America? Now, how would that make any sense? He married the girl. What are you going to be? You've been away in Africa for freaking 20, 30 years, and now you're going to come back for what? Like
it's just like the X-Files thing. They waited too long for a sequel.
Who cares?
Yeah, I couldn't care less.
I mean, does Arsenio Hall need money maybe? So you're like, yeah, all right, come with me, whatever. Arsenio Hall disappeared for like 10, 15 years, remember?
Oh, yeah, I don't even know where he is now.
I was like, what? He was so popular. He was like the most popular thing, and then he just left. Same thing like Chappelle, like whatever, right? It was just like, right? It was just, I don't understand.
Yeah, there's no need for it.
He just wants to make money, I guess. He needs money.
Yeah.
Like now, okay, would Conan the King work now? No, not really. Because he's even older now. And that was talking about that 5 years ago.
That might have some minimal
sword fighting.
I said no. Might, not.
Chris,
holding my breath.
Really?
At least to get the bad taste out of everyone's mouth from that remake that they made.
Yeah.
God. I mean, if you've seen some of the movies he was in, it's like he's joking about being old. Even in Terminator, I hate that. I hate when I see stuff like that. That annoys the shit out of me. You know? It's like, oh, I'm getting old. Oh, I'm getting old. It's like, shut up. Just whatever. Just do your thing. You know? It's like, whatever. You know?
No, he wasn't saying I'll be back. He's, oi, my back.
No, he made a comment like in Terminator, like something about old age or something that, you know, it's nothing.
I remember
or
it.
whatever. Yeah, come on. So, but unfortunately, folks, you're going to be seeing a lot of stuff that's a little too late when it gets the sequel department. I mean, listen, I'm all for Mary Poppins. I mean, I seen the movie when I was a kid in the theaters, but like, what is it, like 30, 40 years late or whatever? It's like, wow. That's all I'm going to say. Like, that's wow. A lot of time between. I mean, what are you going to put a Herbie movie out? People don't even know what Herbie is right now. I used to watch those. There was a couple of them I went to see. Herbie Goes Bananas, Love Bug. I loved that stuff when I was a kid. My dad took me to see that stuff.
Yeah.
Now we're getting Cannibal Run. I think it's a sequel, which with new people, and we're gonna get Charmed, which is gonna be a reboot on TV. Yeah. What else?
So are they going to kill off Prue again within?
No, it's new characters.
Okay.
Not even a thing, yeah. And you know they're trying to do some Buffy thing. That's not happening. They're not going to do Buffy. So things are going to get rebooted. I mean, I'm worried about the Star Trek series.
Yeah,
right now.
That's the one thing that's really that me and we were discussing this about like maybe a couple of weeks ago.
We predicted that it was going to be delayed, like. Yeah. And I got to tell you right now, it's March, right? There's no date. Just
Did they drop the woman who's going to be the captain?
No, she's the main character, but she's not the captain.
Okay. They're
gonna probably be one of those. Yeah, he's a dick, but I'm cool. Just focus on me, and I'm not even the captain type of thing.
I was thinking she was playing the captain.
But I got to tell you, it's March, and we don't have a date.
Yeah, like I said, me and a few friends were at work. We're discussing this.
There's no date. There's no date for the rest of this year. There's no date for release. No date. That's scary if there's no date. May not make December. So whatever. And where's the Lost in Space reboot? That was supposed to be on Netflix also.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
And this thing about Gremlins.
That, I thought, oh, sweet. Yeah, I love the old series. Then I saw the attempted remake, which was a movie.
Yeah.
That bombed, and they used a lot of the props from that for the updated Battlestar Galactica.
And we also got Moffat's post-Doctor Who job, which is going to be Jekyll the movie, from his show Jekyll, but it's going to be like American version or whatever the hell it's going to be. And then we're also having this mystery project that Moffat's doing, movie, possibly, or show, which
the mystery is
what could he possibly do?
Wrapped up.
He's gonna. I honestly think he's gonna do a comedy again because that's what he used to do, Moffat. He's gonna do a big comedy.
Because a lot of the stories he did were comical.
I mean, Coupling was a great show. I mean, you probably never seen it. No. But that's where they got Friends from, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
They copied off Moffat, I believe. So.
And Upstairs, Downstairs was Three's Company.
So I honestly think I've said it many times about his buddy Steven Spielberg is going to be working with him again. So don't be too surprised. Where's the Peter Jackson thing, by the way? Did anybody?
That's what I was waiting for. I thought he was at least going to be doing it for.
Chris, I mean, where the hell did he go?
To be honest with you, I'm starting to think it was just a joke.
Yeah.
And that they were never really going to do something with it, unless it's for the upcoming season, maybe.
Oh, 11?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, that was the whole idea. We promised you a Dalek, you give us the story.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I got talking a little bit about Doctor Who. I'm glad I got the 10th planet today. I may have spent a lot to have it shipped the same day, but it was highly worth it.
Yep.
So I was talking to my D about it too.
Like I said, the Attack of the Cybermen with Colin Baker, they went back and redid
This was
that,
amazing.
sorta.
So, the Power of the Daleks is coming on Monday. Had it rapidly shipped as well because you can't ship on Sunday. That's a rule. So,
Is it gonna be delivered to you by a drone?
let me tell you something. You know how great it is that you wake up in the morning and you're having breakfast and you just order it and then boom, it comes later in the day. Yeah, it's called this. But it was. I gotta say, I was happy. I was a happy camper with it. So made my day.
And yes, and on an up note, my computer comes tomorrow.
Well, I still have to bring this sucker to Geek Squad. When it's not, I'm freezing my jabahonis off out there, snowing and everything. So when I start to see that, oh, maybe it's 60, 70, I'll take this whole sucker and I'll bring it to them. Of course, that would mean I'll be without a laptop for podcasts, but which I might happen. You might be like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I might have laptops all over. No, we'll see. Yeah. Maybe I'll make the big bucks with the books and I'll buy another laptop. Who knows? Anyway, what else? Predictions. Any predictions we can make? Logan. What the hell is Logan is still making money too?
Mm-hmm.
Right, Chris?
Yeah, I believe so.
So I almost bought the Shin Gojira Godzilla figures today.
Did you?
Well, I mean, look, even though I didn't like the movie, it's like,
which ones did they have?
They had one. Well, see, you know what it is? It was like one was like $54, and then they had the shitty ones that I hate, which was like, like whatever. It's like,
oh yeah, don't buy those.
No, you know what I would do? It just look at this shit. Like the
if you really want one, NECA is making a $20 one that they're going to be releasing of his final form, and NECA makes really good figures. Yeah. So I mean, just wait for that.
We'll do a cast on it because I love to do. I love when we talk about Godzilla and Kong stuff, and it's cool. So
just wait till they come to Titans. That way you can get 40,000.
Well, you know what? I think what I'll do is I think now instead of getting Titans, I'll use my resources to get Godzilla figures. We'll see. They're not as cheap.
Good luck with that.
They're not as cheap as Titans are, but I mean, God, that stuff is expensive, dude.
Again, you got to go with NECA. NECA makes really good figures. They're like $20 at the most.
Yeah.
Which adds up, though. So.
All right.
And you know what I think is great about NECA, and I think they got royally screwed with this deal. They're only allowed to make Godzilla.
Oh.
They can't make any of the other monsters. They're only allowed to make Godzilla.
God.
And I'm like,
why?
you know how many people would like murder somebody? Godzilla fans would murder somebody for like a NECA, like Mothra or friggin' Rodan or something.
I can't wait. I would love
NECA Biolante.
Space Godzilla.
I mean, I'm sure they'll be able to make them for Godzilla King of the Monsters if they're still doing it.
Maybe.
Because they did it for 20.
We got seconds left, so thank you everybody. Take care. Bye for now.